Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, and welcome to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm the franchise. That's Double J, Josh James, the Drew Nicholas, and welcome back, Huskies Funhouse, Shane Husky. It is Monday Night Raw, and ladies and gentlemen, I got to admit, this Raw has been very, very, very interesting.
Very good.
Right now, we're at the main event. We got the Awesome Truth Definitive World Tag Team Championships against the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Got me calling him Big Head now because his head's bigger than a bowling ball. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting Monday Night Raw. So
JD's gonna win his first title.
Maybe. So we're gonna start from the beginning of the show. Let's talk about the opening of the show. Drew, you got the opening for us together?
I do have the opening together.
Ooh.
Fucking
God.
So we start the show, and all of a sudden, oh Jesus Christ Almighty!
Oh God, not again!
Stop it! God.
Can we just not, please?
It's too early in the day for him.
Drew should start.
He must be a Swiftie.
It's too early in the day for him.
At this point, for this stupid gimmick, any time is too early in the day. Midnight is too early in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Go ahead. Ignore this person.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the show started off with Michael Cole and not Pat McAfee, but The Miz at commentary, explaining that Pat McAfee was out tonight for reasons, not exactly explaining those reasons. And as we know, Pat McAfee's show last week ended with the show going dark and I guess him disappearing or something.
Yep.
There was also some stuff that happened with him and Triple H this weekend too.
Today, actually.
Today, yeah. It's been like ongoing for like the last couple of days.
Really? That I don't know what's going on with that. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Really?
Yeah. To do with the White Six.
So Drew McIntyre suddenly, without music, just decides to show up and hop in the ring with a microphone. And he said that people were talking about him when he quit before, but now they're really talking about him in a positive way because of what he did on SmackDown, positive way in his mind. And they showed the footage of him, battering CM Punk and dragging him to the stage and whatever. And he's done with all of us because we chant CM Punk. That's Drew McIntyre's words, not Drew Nicholas's words.
Yeah,
and
it's a different Drew.
Yeah.
Different Drew, yes. And so instead of talking to
no one said your name, dude. No one said your name.
Don't do it. Just moving on. I'm just going to keep talking.
Keep talking, Drew.
He said he's done with all.
Just go back to your basement, listen to Taylor Swift, whatever you listen to, and go away.
He's done with all of us, and he knows that CM Punk is at home, so he stares at the camera, something that, Vince McMahon hated. So we know that guy's not.
Hey, we know that guy's gone.
Yeah. And he says that he's uncomfortable, and he's in pain, and he's miserable, and he's being fed through a straw, and that's because of him. That's because of Drew McIntyre. And he shows us the bracelet that he took from the wrist of CM Punk on Friday, and it's a bracelet that apparently, according to Drew, now I don't know if this is accurate or not, but he said that it was fan made, and it had, of course, AJ and Larry. Whom he said was his stupid-looking dog.
Wow.
First of all, how dare you say that about Larry?
Yeah, he's a disabled dog. How dare you make fun of him, you heel? God damn.
I mean, I would do that.
As a heel, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
You could talk about someone's family, but you never talk about a dog.
That's right. Because, CM Punk agrees with me. Animals are better than people. So,
facts.
So he said he's going to continue succeeding while Punk sits at home alone and hurt, even though he's got AJ and Larry at home. However, Drew says he's going to have AJ and Larry in his corner at Money in the Bank when he wins the briefcase and cashes it in on whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion at the end of the night. And then he puts that bracelet on, he kisses it, and heads up the ramp. And that was the opening segment.
So my takeaway from that is he basically is like, hey, Drew, remember how you brought my family into it? I mean, hey, Punk, remember how you brought my family into it because you're talking about his wife and all the other bullshit? Now he's doing the same thing. Keep in mind, these guys have still officially not had a match in WWE yet.
They're saving it. They're saving.
I'm telling you, the dragging this on all the way to SummerSlam. I mean, we all know that Drew McIntyre is going to win his opportunity for Money in the Bank, and CM Punk's going to cost him Money in the Bank too.
Or AJ Lee will cost Drew.
I don't know.
Or CM Punk does a Brock Lesnar and gets the
or
suitcase.
Larry fights Drew McIntyre.
Well, so now listen. I will include it here because it's pertinent to the storyline, even though it didn't happen right after this. But listen, my new friendship with Adam Pearce aside.
I'm so glad you two.
I love it. I love it when you say that.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with Drew McIntyre's reasoning when he went up to Adam later on in the show, and Adam said that he had to be in a qualifying match like everyone else.
Yep.
I have to agree with Drew because Drew said, hey, how was it fair that CM Punk grabbed the referee shirt and went out and screwed him? And how is Seth Rollins getting a shot when he hasn't been on TV for 2 months?
Yeah.
He hasn't won a match in 2 months.
That's true.
And
I mean,
it's
hey,
like, I can't disagree with him.
Drew's right. And what do Julian and I say on the show? The heels tell the truth.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing he said was wrong, bro. Nothing he said was wrong.
He said everything that was true.
Now, speaking of true, I want to talk about this right here while we're going this way right now. The Awesome Truth defending the WWE World Tag Team Championships against the Judgment Day. Okay, so guess who set this match up, everybody?
R-Truth?
The one and only Liv Morgan.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Liv Morgan set this match up. She asked R-Truth to help her friends in a championship match. So, of course, R-Truth being comic, being R-Truth, he said, "Sure, I'll help you and Dom and Nick Mysterio." Tom and Nick Mysterio.
I did it.
I did it for love. Tom and Nick Mysterio. So I mean, I don't know. Here she comes. We're gonna have new World Tag Team Champions.
Oh,
and
yeah.
also, he called Liv Carmella.
It's all because those two, despite Rhea.
And I'm gonna tell you, we talked about this, and I said this about a month ago when this whole thing started. She's going to take everything.
She said
from Rhea. She's taking the Judgment Day. She's gonna take Dom. Dom has already been on social media retweeting and liking everything that she posts.
And
so he's retweeting and liking everything.
He's tweeting and retweeting and everything. He's being reluctant about it.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? On TV, he's being reluctant, but he's doing it on the social media, right?
Yeah.
Tonight,
and now we found out from a segment tonight.
Go ahead.
From a segment tonight, we now found out she has his phone number.
Oh yeah, she's sending naked pictures,
and now sending spicy
pics.
Spicy. We are to assume, judging from Damian Priest and
judging from Carlito. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
But going back to what I was saying, I talked about this about a month ago. She's taking everything from Rhea. And tonight, in a segment, one of the things I said was going to happen happened. The Judgment Day is gonna be under Liv Morgan's
leadership.
Under her leadership. Literally, she is taking everything from Rhea. Rhea's boyfriend, Rhea's title, Rhea's shoulder. Now she's going to take Rhea's group.
I don't know if it's that she's going to be the leader or if they're going to be under her spell.
I was talking
Same
to
thing.
Shane. I was talking to Shane earlier, and I said that I find it really funny that the only one who's loyal to Rhea is Damien.
Yeah, it's true. He's been loyal from the very start of this live thing.
And we're going to talk about him in a moment.
We're going to talk about him in a moment.
Yeah.
So I want to get that out of the way because we have the awesome truth right now. She's down at ringside live here on the main event of Monday Night Raw. Okay, Drew, let's continue with what we were discussing.
Yeah. Well, we saw Rhea multiple times. We saw Liv, multiple times.
I was gonna say, I did see Rhea. I did see Mommy.
She first went up to I think her first thing that she did was she went up to Dominic.
Yep.
Who then when he was in the ring. That's right. And then
no, she came out to the ring and she demanded that Dominic come out. Dominic didn't come out at first.
And then Zelina Vega did.
Zelina Vega challenged her for the Women's World Championship and basically said that she was after Dirty Dom's D. Rhea's sloppy seconds, which got a big pop. Yeah, got a pop from the crowd. So we have all three of them in the ring now. We have Liv Morgan, we have Zelina Vega, and we have Dominic Mysterio. Continue.
Right. So Dom came out, and God, I didn't like this whole thing at first, but I really love the boos that he gets now is like the crowd chanting what?
Yeah.
He'll just say something and then boo, and then they'll say some boo. It's like wadding him to death, but in boos.
I'm just gonna keep saying this. The reasons why they're booing him is because Dom is winning.
Yep.
Shit. Yeah, he's winning.
That's true.
So he says that he's not into this at all, and he doesn't even want to see Liv Morgan with this title,
which is a lie.
Dom was in his head, "I'm married. Please leave me alone."
But then, while talking to Zelina, Liv used the distraction to start attacking her. All of a sudden, here comes Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka.
And Rey Mysterio comes in, takes Liv off of Zelina, and then Dom shoves him and dips, as does Liv Morgan, following him along.
Hashtag Debbie Dead.
Haters.
Why? Why are you saying that? I know you're a hater and you do that shit just for fun, but what? I need an explanation. You can't just say that.
Okay, Drew. Ultimate hater or these Gage flares?
I'm sorry, I can't tell the difference between the two of them.
Miz is on fire right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Miz might retain the belts by himself. Who would have thought I'd say that?
Carlito did not like that. Carlito did not like that. Why did you jump?
What? Wait, but this isn't a no disqualification match. Why is the ref not doing anything about this?
It's just fuck this.
Because Miz is attacking them. They haven't touched Miz at all. Miz is attacking them.
Right. You should throw them out.
Nice crossbody.
You gotta do that though. But anyway, so Dominic walked away from Liv in the back, and then R-Truth approached her, and we just talked about a segment, and that's how we have this match right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the only time we saw Liv Morgan tonight.
Oh no,
we saw her a lot today.
Damian Priest walked up to Judgment Day's locker room, and Liv left, and Finn Balor was the only person in that locker room.
Yep.
Looking a bit sus there, Finn.
Not only is he looking hella sus, but he was the one that lied, 2 weeks ago? Pocketed the hotel room key?
Yeah,
right.
He was
a couple weeks before that. Liv was seen get out of a car, and he was in the car too. So there's a lot of stuff going on with the Judgment Day and Liv Morgan.
But all of that was very interesting because, like Josh said, the only Carlito put what's his name? Big
Oh
Head.
no, Miss got a concussion from JD's
Oh,
big head.
God.
So, Josh said that Damien was the only one who has been on Rhea's side since Rhea left.
Yep.
Well, it turns out, depending on what happens at Money in the Bank, Damian Priest might not be in Judgment Day anymore.
Which was surprising.
So Damian Priest literally was like, I will leave Judgment Day if I lose. That goes back to what I was saying about Damian Priest not being a part of Judgment Day before the end of the show.
Yep.
When Rhea comes back, there will be no Judgment Day. They'll all be under Liv Morgan. Liv's gonna help them win the tag team belts. She's gonna prove to Balor and everybody that yes, she can be trusted, and that's gonna win over Dom.
I'm just surprised they're going to break them up a little bit early than I expected. But I guess.
At least they didn't wait till like they are doing with the New Day.
Yeah.
Here we go. John Cena's five moves of doom.
Mm-hmm.
2.
He's doing it for
3.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you guys.
Here we go. That'd have been number 4.
Okay. STF. And Liv Morgan is conveniently placed by Miz. Oh, okay. He's in the ring. Never mind.
That STF's not even locked in. I don't know why he's about to tap. That drop kick was about a foot away from his face. Here we go.
You can't see me.
Oh.
Oh, well, gosh.
5 knuckle shuffle to Finn.
I'm doing these for John Cena.
He's going to do a double 5 knuckle shuffle?
Bam.
Carmella, not now.
You know what? Truth would.
I mean, he's a lovable guy. I mean, Truth loves everybody.
Oh?
Well, bam!
Love is in the air. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to kiss him?
Oh,
she's hugging him. Oh.
Liv is in the air.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Is this
shotgun drop kick?
I'm gonna hold back so this way Blood can see the results.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just got done watching the match.
Told you we were gonna have new tag champs.
There we go.
There we go.
That guy screaming, "Why?" She's like, "Love is in the air."
No, Liv is in the air.
Yo, so I'm telling you right now, that right there just proved my point that they're gonna be like earlier we had the world champion say without him, like the Judgment Day doesn't. He don't need the Judgment Day. They need him. Well, right now they needed Liv. They didn't need him. Damien didn't come down.
No.
It's because since WrestleMania, he has been telling them, "Don't get involved in my business."
He really had. Like, I want to be a
and he hasn't been getting involved in their business either.
Nope.
But will Damien be disappointed that this is how they win?
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he would even care enough at this point.
No, I don't
Damien
think
would care.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Let's see. Serious question. Do you think the best stars post-Mania, Solar Breaker, Liv, and Gable? Post-Mania, honestly, like you want to give 100%?
Yeah, Gable.
I gotta give it to Liv Morgan, bro.
Gable for sure. Shit.
Since Liv has become women's champion, like her gimmick is she stepped up her game.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to call her Mid Morgan. She ain't mid no more, dog.
No.
I never called her that, but everyone
You
else
called her that. No one else called her that.
Yeah, no one called her that.
I called her that as well because I could.
Look. Are they gonna? Yep. You see that?
You guys had to be patient and wait till this Liv Morgan.
No. We want things solved today. We don't want it to solve later.
Well, you just
So-
don't want to say that because you don't want to admit that I was wrong about AEW.
Oh no, yeah.
Anyway, now we have new WWE. We have new World Tag Team Champions. They stood there with the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. I'm suffice to say that we have a new Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm. Live
Not
day.
yet.
I mean,
Not yet.
I'll just call it that right now.
Live
So
day.
Drew, let's go to the other things that happened live here on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, so we had, what did we have? We had Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, let's skip that.
No, stop this on Ludwig Kaiser.
Don't be.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stop dissing on Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, he's
I will
good.
stop dissing on Ludwig Kaiser whenever he decides to stop doing that stupid thing he does with his mouth every show.
You get mad at
I
that.
demand you show
No,
respect.
No, it's like wiping off his
You know,
mouth. I hate that.
that
Okay.
listen, Pride Month, okay? You're not allowed. You're not allowed to say anything bad
Listen,
about
Ludwig Kaiser is daddy, all right? God damn it.
But let's talk about Braun Breaker being the man, the myth, the injury maker, because everybody he seems to have a storyline with, he ends up injuring them
What's your
like
now
legit,
injury
100%. He almost injured his partner at the NXT show when they were the tag team champions.
report?
He
Yeah.
almost injured another guy in that match as well. He came. Oh, my niece Miracle. Hello, Miracle. He came to Monday Night Raw. He almost injured 3 people in the match he had like 3 weeks in a row. Then what does he do this week? He injures Ludwig Kaiser.
And there was a report about
Like-
it on Fightful.
Like as reported by Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful. If the guy could take a damn second and slow down and pay
Yeah.
attention to what he's doing in the ring with the people. And as a wrestler, I'm going to put this out there. My job in the ring is to make sure that my opponent looks good and that he is safe. Because
And
his
that-
job is to make sure that I look good and I am safe.
And
If I'm running the ropes at 30 fucking miles an hour, hitting people with reckless abandon, guess what? Someone's going to get hurt and it's going to be on me. I'm going to be the reason why that person got hurt. And that's not cool. So, Braun Breaker, your gimmick is getting over because everyone sees that you're a monster and you're so athletically gifted. You're a fucking beast in the ring.
yeah.
But if you took 5 minutes to learn how to slow down and learn your pacing, and other people won't get hurt, then I'd say you're a complete package. Until then, you're a piece of shit.
And not only that, he just gets way into it. You just got to slow down. Like, I get it being into your job, but you got to think about the other opponent as well.
Yeah.
So, by the way, it was WrestleVotes that reported that, not
Yeah,
Fightful.
Russell Bowles, you're right.
Oh, well.
Want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Um,
Sean.
So, yeah, so that unfortunate thing happened. And then, so Sheamus was going to powerbomb Kaiser, and then Braun speared them both. So Sheamus is continuing his little deal with them. Oh, so the first Judgment Day thing was they were in their clubhouse and they were playing video games and
Everything that Liv Morgan bought them.
yes,
Eating- Chef Dom eating a big ass thing of chicken nuggets because that's his favorite food.
By the way, they were playing on the PlayStation 5, the better console.
Smart man. And the smart group, I should say.
Who cares?
Well, I mean, it was Liv that bought it for them, so she's
need
the
to
smart
find-
one.
I need to find a woman like Liv now.
Then we had a
Like, what?
okay, Braun Breaker went to Adam Pearce. He was mad about people getting into his business, and then he wanted a match for the Intercontinental Championship. And it's a good thing that he just happened to say it right next to Sami Zayn, because Sami
interesting.
Zayn said, "Yeah, it's going to happen." So it's happening at Money in the Bank.
Maybe
gonna be
they
a
teach
br-
her how to be safe.
I hope so. I like Drew said when you sent me that message. I fear for Sammy right now.
We're gonna get a new Intercontinental Champion.
I fear
Yep.
Sammy might get broken by this reckless piece of shit, but that's just me. Those are my comments and my comments
His
alone.
comments alone.
I'm
They
gonna
do
say
not
this
reflect
about
those of the
Sammy.
Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
I'm gonna say this
Um,
about Sammy. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on any other program, if you're watching us on Twitch right now, thank you very much for joining us. Remember, you can get a free subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you go click yes. You subscribe to your Amazon Prime. You can click yes and subscribe to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. It is simple. It's easy. You can use your Prime sub, and it is free. FREE free to do that.
I like free things.
Yeah, I like free things too. Wow.
So the next match that was after that segment was Kairi Sane versus Lyra Valkyria.
Versus who was it?
Yeah, I said that right. And Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna Baszler.
Which is pretty good. It was a good match.
Great match.
I didn't expect Lyra to win, but I should have expected it, remembering that they're pushing her hard right now.
Kairi should have won.
Remember, she did win the Queen of the Ring.
She wasn't gonna win because she was already having problems with other.
Kyrie should have won.
She almost won Queen of the Ring, though. I mean, think about that. Like
She
for
did.
her
She
coming
did.
from NXT as the NXT
No, that was
women's
Io
champ.
who almost won Queen of the Ring.
No, Lyra Valkyria got squashed by Nia Jax. That's what I'm saying.
The super buzz.
Yeah, that was the great spot. So I'm excited to see.
People on Twitter are agreeing with me about Kyrie should have won.
Yeah, well, she didn't.
I
Like me and Drew were saying off the air, all the people that you did not expect to be in this Money in the Bank are in this Money in the Bank so far.
Yeah,
It's
I'm liking
crazy.
it.
I mean, honestly, I told you guys last week where WWE screwed up and he put that graphic up of Jey Uso with the Yeet in the Bank, Yeet in the Bank money the case.
Yeah.
So they're stacking this Money in the Bank, so it's possible that Drew McIntyre will be in it. And if Drew's about to climb that ladder, CM Punk comes in, costs Drew the Money in the Bank, and we get Jey Uso main event Money in the Bank, the main event Yeet in the Bank. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that since WWE already gave us the win, the answer, the winner, so to speak. But let's talk about this women's tag team match, which is a complete botch. It was probably one of the worst matches on WWE TV tonight. But let's talk about what happened to Michael Cole.
Oh
during this segment.
Is that okay? Wait, hold on. I think that's the last thing we should talk about. I think because we have one more thing to cover. That match was a snooze fest. I didn't give a shit about that. But then Damian Priest gets to the ring, and he was talking about Seth Rollins and his video and all that stuff. Seth Rollins comes out in this absolutely ridiculous looking, almost
Cruella de Vil.
I was going to say, he stole that from Cruella de Vil.
Hey, man,
we all had the same brain right there.
Yeah.
And so he gets on the mic and he's saying his shtick. But the interesting thing about this is he asks for a gentleman's agreement. And he says that if he does not win and Damian retains, he will not challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship again with Damian as the champion. So he says that, and then I go, huh, okay. So that makes me feel like, it's such like a whatever thing to say. So that it made me think, oh, well, Seth is probably going to end up winning. But then he says, if you lose, Damian is out of Judgment Day. And that made me go, ooh.
Like, what?
I was not expecting him to say
I wasn't either.
And it made me think of what Josh said earlier, that Damian's always been on Rhea's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It seems to be the writing on the wall here, that he's going to be out of Judgment Day, and not by Judgment Day's doing, but by Seth Rollins doing. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be probably a segment next week where they confront Damien about Damien saying that that Judgment Day needs him more than he needs Judgment Day.
And once again, Judgment Day. Well, I mean, Damien was not at ringside for Judgment Day's match tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which he hasn't been usually.
That's what I'm saying. Like he hasn't given them the time of day since he's been the champion, except for being backstage telling them what to do.
Yep.
Right. So it's all, and especially with this tag championship win tonight, that would leave after Money in the Bank, that would leave Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio without titles. But with
who knows?
Mommy, when new Mommy has a title, that means Dominic has a title too.
Dirty Dom. Ultimate Hater says, I never thought WWE would be this consistently good. Normally there's a bad post-Mania fallout. I think it's gotten better, except for Cody, of course. Yeah.
He's just a hater of Cody. That
he hates Cody, but it's all he's not lying. Like this has been one of the best. This has been one of the best Monday Night Raw. Like continuously selling out buildings, continuously drawing over X amount of million people every week for the last couple months. After WrestleMania. Last year's Raw after WrestleMania was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
That was the Vince run Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was so like, this is ridiculous. This year's Raw after Mania was pretty good.
Has been gone.
And Raw has been getting better and better and better and better each week.
And I said,
I can't. Like I would have remember we used to watch Raw and be like, we watch Raw because so you don't have to. Now it's like shit. We watch Raw because we want to. It is what it is, and I'm excited for things that are happening on Raw, especially what we're going to talk about right now. Because let me digress real quick. We had that big meaty man sloppy meat match, but we also had Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Now remember, Chad Gable got attacked last week by the Wyatt sick.
So they showed Chad Gable like TMZ style entering the building. He had his hand over his head. He's like, no, not right now.
I'm not in the mood to stop it. PTSD. Sorry.
And they did this whole thing backstage where I forgot the woman's name, the backstage woman.
Jackie Redmond.
Yeah, thank you. She was in front of his locker room trying to get an update, and Adam Pearce came out at one point, said that it wasn't his story to tell, and so what we didn't mention was during Liv and our Truth segment, Miz has been on commentary the whole night, and our Truth basically said, hey, yeah, sure, I'll give them a title match without consulting with Miz. So Miz up and left commentary. So Michael Cole was out there alone for the rest of the night.
And he did good.
He did really good.
He's just been wonderful.
I love Michael Cole on commentary.
The fact that now he's free to do doing commentary without Vince yelling in his ear, it's probably like a relief that he can have fun doing this job.
He doesn't have Michael Cole say this crap. Right.
You're not supposed to talk about wrestling. You're supposed to talk
what the fuck is wrestling?
Oh, thank you, Hater. You just reminded me. We didn't mention him. Walter came out during the Damian and Seth Rollins segment, and he just said, hey, congrats to both of you.
But remember,
good luck, but I get next at SummerSlam.
Because he won the King of the Ring.
And the way he said it was like a compliment, but a backhanded compliment at that.
Oh, yeah.
He's a gentleman. Of course he's going to do both.
He was like, wow, you guys are so great. And the best, may the best man win. May the best man win. But when the best man wins and they face me, that best man will still be a lesser man than me. I was like, okay.
Gunther gives gentleman insults. He's not
Gunther was like, Gunther was like, you may be the man, but you may be a man, but I am the man.
He's saying you suck in the nicest way as possible.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he was saying.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and he put the mic down and just dipped.
Yeah.
King General.
So I want to say this part now because we need to tie in what happened in the match, after the match with Michael Cole and the VHS tape and all this stuff.
Which
So
2024.
What VHS tape?
Yeah.
so after Gable's match, he
Which
goes
Gable
up.
won?
It goes up to Otis in the Alpha Academy locker room, and everybody comes out. And he says that his life flashed before his eyes last week, and all he could think of was his family. And he admitted that he was wrong, and he apologized to them, but they didn't take him back. Though there was a weird little moment with him and Maxine Dupree,
Yes.
where he kind of was like looking at her hand on his shoulder, and she was kind of being sympathetic towards him more so than Otis was. So we'll see what happened there. But then Diamond Mine roll up right
Yeah, he
after.
turned around and they were like right there, like, "Hey."
Hey,
And he was like, "I need help."
it's happening, y'all. It's happening. Team Gable, baby.
So that happened post match. But let's talk about this whole deal now, because this while it wasn't the main event of the show, it's the main event of Raw tonight.
It's the main event of this podcast, I'll tell you that.
And this
It's the main event to our hearts.
Yes.
So they show Gable in the thing. He has his hand up. He goes out for his match. He says, before he gets in the ring, he says the rumors of his demise were greatly exaggerated. Yes, he was bludgeoned and bloodied, but Chad Gable cannot be killed. So he gets in the match with Big Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, and ends up winning. And he's celebrating in the ring. And then the lights go out.
Whoa.
And the fog machine starts going. And in this very spooky scene, just, very dim lights, and you can see the fog around the ring and stuff. All of a sudden, as Michael Cole said, I'm saying this verbatim, that thing... that thing from the Wyatt Six.
He was freaked out.
It's actually kind of funny that he said that, because I remember
the ring, the thing.
No, not just that. Drew even called Nikki Cross that thing.
Yeah, you did, Drew.
Yeah, Drew, you started
better hope
that.
that happens.
Oh no! I severely apologize, and I hope the Wyatt Six does not come after me for those comments.
You literally called her a thing.
I can't hear you. Things go static.
I love you all, and please don't hurt me.
What's that? What's happening?
Anyway, so that thing, aka Nikki Cross, crawls into the ring, and Gable hightails it out of there. But then she crawls out of the ring, and she has a box in her hand, and she slowly walks up to Michael Cole and drops it on the announce desk, and then just slowly walks through the crowd into some area in the arena. It was just very spooky. It was very spooky.
And it was fantastic.
It was amazing.
Dude,
I would have loved to have been in the crowd for that.
So good.
I also want to say
so
this.
good.
Before we move on, I want to say this. Bringing a VHS tape back in 2024 is wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was
I actually
so
marked
funny.
out seeing it.
Like the way when Michael Cole opens the box, which by the way he does say on commentary is addressed to Pat McAfee.
Yes.
Why, I don't know, but it was according to him, it was addressed to Pat McAfee. He opens it up and it reveals a VHS tape,
Which is crazy.
which says "Play Me" on it, and he's like looking at it funnily, like what the hell, because who the hell has these things anymore?
To the young viewers that are watching this is a VHS tape. I haven't seen one in 24 years.
Yeah. It's like, and for the young viewers who might be watching this show right now,
yeah,
a VHS tape was something you truly, truly wanted if you were in the 90s.
And
Okay.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster and all those early rental
Blockbuster
companies.
Video. Wow, what a difference.
Yeah.
I still have
Pick
my
a movie.
VHS tapes.
I just have to say this: you're never gonna know what it was like in the fucking 90s. So
Nope.
stop your nostalgia bullshit. Okay, you're not nostalgic for something you never even fucking lived through.
Exactly.
Facts.
Facts. I still have
I
mine.
love for the people at home. I love Blockbuster. I went to Blockbuster like every single day to pick out a movie, and
went
I
to
would never
Hollywood.
turn the VHS tape.
I went to Hollywood Video more than Blockbuster.
Oh yeah, because they were in competition with each other.
Well, not just because of that. I went to Game Crazy a lot too. So
Yeah, every Friday I went with my best friend to Blockbuster, just a couple minutes away from his house. Picked out the Friday movie to rent and watch. So much
Yep.
fun.
Yep. They wore the tape out.
You friggin' 13, 14-year-olds that never stepped foot in a goddamn Blockbuster a day in your friggin' lives because
and
you
Oregon
weren't
has the last one.
Yep. So suck it.
jealous of you guys.
Well, come over here to Oregon. We'll take you to it.
Okay, let me calm down. Anyway,
Oh no.
so
Drew's like, these were Drew's rants of the day.
this was. Can't stand the friggin' young people and their stupid nostalgia for shit they never even lived through.
Right.
I know.
Like, what the hell?
Like you remember cassette
Bingo!
tapes? Like you remember cassette tapes?
Why is this a tape? Like this tape?
I'm
I
about to fuck
remember
with all
cassette
you guys.
tapes.
I'm about
I
to
still
fuck with all you
saved
guys.
one.
Remember
I still have a
remember
cassette
8
tape.
tracks? Remember 8 tracks? Huh?
Okay,
Huh?
I think
Remember
it was
remember
8-track was
LPs?
before my time.
Okay,
Remember
I got
LPs?
another one. I got another one. Remember laser discs?
I do remember Laserdisc.
That I remember.
Yeah.
That I remember.
I
Yeah.
hate you for that, Josh.
And welcome to
Yes,
the
I
90s
remember
podcast.
Laserdisc.
I got one over, bro. I got over one. But I'm happy.
And this has turned into the 90s podcast. How's everyone doing tonight?
Wow.
So
There was a rivalry between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. It was everywhere back
Yep.
then.
I want it that way.
And I guess the most sex appeal girl was Britney Spears. I didn't get why, but okay. But
Britney, bitch.
I was a huge Backstreet Boys fan.
Same
Oh my
here.
god.
I'm just gonna say this right now. Britney Spears, she's mid.
Wow.
You watch your whore mouth.
Exactly.
I said what I
Oh,
said.
you did it
Josh-
again.
Jo- Josh James is canceled.
Cancel.
Josh
Man.
James is
Cancel.
canceled. Unbelievable.
I said what I said. Here's the
Okay.
thing. I like her, but her music, it's okay.
My heart hurts right now, Josh.
I know.
How could you do this to me?
Anyways, Drew, as you were saying, done.
Okay,
Sorry.
now I have to collect myself. Hold on. Okay, so
Sorry, not
No,
sorry.
Josh.
Michael
damn,
Cole, Michael Cole tells us that they have, and this just made me giggle because they're like, production has tracked down a VCR.
You fucking what?
Did they go to Goodwill to go find that?
They must have.
I mean, they're in
And-
Indiana, so I mean, half the rednecks that live in Indiana probably got them.
You don't
That's
want
a good
this
point.
VHS cassette tape?
In fact, they probably have the TVs with the built-in VHS.
They probably got the TVs with the fucking antennas on them. Facts.
Yeah. So this video starts, and it was not The Ring, so we're not going to die in 7 days, thankfully.
I was hoping.
Thankfully.
But it's Uncle Howdy, and Uncle Howdy is sitting in a chair, and you think that he's talking to us, but then you quickly realize he's actually talking to somebody else. He's talking to somebody sitting in front of him. And he asks this person if they've been happy since the loss.
Which I did
And
not
it pans
expect you to
over, and it's revealed that Uncle Howdy is talking to Bo Dallas.
ask.
This was awesome.
Greatest interview in
VHS
the
time.
history of professional wrestling. And I'm going to say
Yeah.
that as someone who's been around for a long fucking time. Greatest interview in professional wrestling history for 2 reasons. One, they pull the veil back and they let you see what's
Severely.
real. And 2, it showed such raw emotion
It did.
that you forgot you were watching a fucking wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting here dumbfounded. Like Drew came on the stream, and I was just like, bro. And he was like, I know. Like Jesus Christ, it was so good.
So it's revealed that he's talking to Bo Dallas, and Bo Dallas says that he's nobody. Uncle Howdy asks him how it felt, and he literally just asks this question point friggin' blank, and I did not expect it at all. So like, whoa. Uncle Howdy asks Bo Dallas, hey, how did it feel when your brother died?
Like, how does it feel?
I'm like what the fuck?
Right?
Not only this, Drew, I'm going to cut you off here in a second. He also asked that, do you think you're exploiting your brother's legacy?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because the stupid people out there thinking that he is, but really it's not, if you pay attention to the documentary. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah, so he says, how did it feel when your brother died? And he says, Bo responds saying, the most important thing in his life was taken from him. Like nothing was ever going to matter again. So that's when, as Husky just said, that's what Howdy asks if he's exploiting his brother's legacy. Bo responds saying all he ever wanted his whole life was to be like his brother.
Yep.
He looked up to him, he wanted to be him, and he worked his entire career to have opportunities to work next to him, and they were going to rule together when they finally made it. They were there.
Funny?
What?
You know what's funny about what you're saying, Drew? You said Bo Dallas said that he looked up to his brother and he wanted everything that his brother had. He wanted to be like his brother. He wanted to rule this wrestling game with his brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, if you guys watched the Bray Wyatt video,
I have.
Bo Dallas was wrestling before Bray.
Yeah.
Bo was already he was already on the indies, and Bray was playing football. Bray got hurt. Bray decided to try wrestling. Bray came into wrestling with his brother. So
that is right. Yeah, that's wild.
I get it. My little brother is younger than I am, but I look up to him. I know it sounds strange. I look up to him because he's one of those people that's always fucking right, and he never rubs it in your face, but he always shows you how to see the right side. Like he's the most positive person you'll ever fucking meet. He always shows you what is, he always shows you what's right and what's wrong and helps you choose the right path. And Bray Wyatt did that for his brother.
Yep.
So when Bo said that, it immediately got like it to me. It hit me pretty hard. I was like, "Fuck!" Like I totally get that. That video made me and anyone else that watched it. If you got a heart, soul, if you're a fucking person with any kind of feelings, it made you think about your life and think about the people in your life and how important those people are.
Yeah.
Like that video, man, hit me hard.
Same.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, Drew, but it just
no.
It was so powerful, you know what I mean? Like it was so like wow.
Yeah, it was.
It hit me in the heart because I have 3 brothers, and I don't see them as much as like I used to. And just hearing what Bo was saying about Bray, it hit me hard too. So I know how you feel, Blood.
I've not spoken of this before, but I actually have a brother. Well, he's like a half brother, not from my mom, but from my dad, but another person. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really close to him anymore. I was close to him when we were younger. But then he moved to Florida and got involved in stuff and whatever. And he came to New York. And I almost lost him one day. He's, a little into nefarious things I won't mention. And got stabbed. His intestines were hanging out of his body.
Ouch.
He almost died, and actually did die at one point, and was revived. And that made me go, wow, somebody that I had such a close connection with many years ago and ironically found out he's also a wrestling fan. He's really, this hit me too. It really did, because and not even just for brother, but any person that you may have been close with once, and then life happens or something happens with them, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and you never really got to do that one last, hey, how are you? Hey, that last call, that last text, that last hello, and before you're saying goodbye to them. And thankfully, Bray and Bo did get to do work together before Bray passed. And, this was so, I mean, the interesting thing too, yes, I cried as well, Hater. The interesting thing about this was so meta in a good way, because there's a couple of things. The reason why I said that is what they were doing, and I don't know if anybody realized this, but what they were doing here was they were telling the story that, or not even telling a story, they were revealing right in front of your face that Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've already noticed
100%.
that. Yeah.
Not just by, I mean, you can tell that it's him because of, the way that his face is under the mask. But
Also, how he smiles too.
Right. But Bo's own words in this interview, when he says what I was just saying, he says, they were going to rule together when they finally made it. They were there. They had it. Well, obviously, he's referencing Uncle Howdy, because that was literally him saying, yeah, me and my brother were working together.
Yep.
So that reveals him as Uncle Howdy on television in canon now.
Yeah.
And what I was telling Blood earlier was, before we went live,
I agree with Hater on this. I remember seeing the news popped up.
Oh yeah, that
when
rocked me.
Bray Wyatt died. Everyone knows how much I was a fan of Bray Wyatt. I cried my eyes out like 5 hours straight. And I never cried for a wrestler like that.
I have had very few moments in life where I've had remember where I was when I found out something crazy moment.
Yeah.
And I was on vacation. I was standing in a store in a mall, and I was doing a phoneless weekend, as you remember. I was like, I'm not going to be on my phone, blah blah blah. And then I was like compelled for some reason to look at my phone in that moment, and then I see you guys talking about it in the Facebook group chat. I'm like, what?
This is when before I left due to reasons, but I was crying when I heard Bray died. Like I was looking at bawling.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so a couple of things. So what I was saying to Blood, not just about what I just said there about him revealing that he was Uncle Howdy, but the Fiend was an extension of Bray in Bray's mind.
Yep.
And what they did with this promo is that they have now mirrored that storyline.
Oh, yeah.
With Bo, because now we see that Uncle Howdy is Bo in Bo's mind.
Yeah.
And that whole video was shot like in a mindscape.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about that as I was watching it. I was like, this is like in a mindscape. But then Drew brought something to me after the fact. Like, we were watching it together. Mm-hmm. And when it was over, Drew said something to me that it didn't dawn on me until until he said it. But the whole segment that they were recording, that whole interview was done in black and white in the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. They were filming it right in the Firefly Funhouse, but in pitch black.
That was really cool. I thought that was a good touch right there.
Assuming that's gonna come back like later in the future.
I don't want that to come back. See, here's my thing about Bray Wyatt's gimmick and Bray Wyatt as a person. You can say anything, you can say all you want to say about Bray Wyatt, but the guy was a fucking genius.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I said that he was a genius from day one.
Like the guy blended horror movies and wrestling, and
Yeah.
you know he said it. He said it. Wrestling is an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling is like a love story. You know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
you think about it, in a love story, what? There's always a good person. There's always a bad person. You know what I mean? Like in a movie, there's always a hero. There's always a villain. Sometimes the villain is actually the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
And Bray was not an anti-hero.
He was
Wasn't a villain. He wasn't a hero. Bray was an entity among entities. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a building block on what a true story should be.
Yeah.
You know,
he was a bigger entity than the Undertaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the Undertaker was like when I leave this business, this is your new Undertaker. Like he was putting Bray over way before he even left. He was like, this is the guy that's going to take my place. This is the guy that's going to do this. When he did the Fiend gimmick and all that other shit, and you know, people were like, it's all supernatural. It really wasn't supernatural.
It wasn't. I've been trying to say this from day one when the Fiend thing came around. It wasn't supernatural. It was just Bray's created by genius. McMahon had nothing to do with it. It was all him.
It was a deep dive into your own fucking consciousness. That's that's how I look at Bray Wyatt's character, because
pretty much what it is.
It was like in a word, mind fuck. That's what it was.
Bray was to open your mind.
Bray was the ultimate psychological, like watching a Bray Wyatt match was like a psychological thriller.
Yeah,
because it wasn't the wrestling that got you; it was the story. It was the feeling you got. Like when people heard the lights went red and all that screeching sound, and the Fiend came out, people were terrified.
They were.
They were like, oh, the Undertaker. People were like, oh yeah, that's still a man playing a gimmick. But when the Fiend came out and when Bray Wyatt was doing that shit, it was like, fuck, he's the evil Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
But what made it even better was he was a everyman, because not everybody can be the Undertaker.
No.
Yeah. Right. Not everybody can be a dead man walking. Not everybody can be that shit. Not everybody can be Papa Shango, a voodoo priestess. You know. Not everybody can be Kane, a fucking, you know, fiery demon. But anybody can be a Bray Wyatt.
Anybody. If they can put their mind into it, they can be a
Bray
Wyatt.
Remember, when Bray first came to be in NXT, Bray wasn't a phenom. He wasn't a psychologist. He wasn't a monster. Bray was a cult leader.
He was.
And that cult leader gimmick was so over. And I'm gonna tell you, that cult leader gimmick was over, but guess who did it first? Bo Dallas. Because when Bo was in NXT, his gimmick was he was like a cult leader. All you gotta do is Bo leave.
The Jesus.
You put him and Bray together.
Yeah.
Put him and Bray together with those gimmicks, dude. Oh my god. So I'm 1,000% behind this Uncle. I mean, we all thought the Uncle Howdy gimmick was stupid.
I didn't.
Right in the beginning, I'm like, this is dumb. They bullshit just came in as fucking Bo Dallas. But now that you sit back and you see the premise of why the gimmick is, now I'm a why person. I need to know the why. Why did this happen? Why is this happening? Why is this in this place? Why did that go there? Why did this happen? I need to know the why. Because when you understand the why, then you understand the reason. And that interview tonight with Bo and Uncle Howdy, it explains so much in a 2-minute time span.
Yep.
Do you guys think this is going to be a thing going on with the Wyatt Six?
Oh yeah.
Like he talked to Bo today, and do you think he's going to talk to the other members?
I think so. I think it'll be like more of a.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Like next week, he talks to Nikki Cross, and then a week later, he talks to Dex Loomis. We get to hear him talk, and we get to see him talk to Joe Gacy.
You know, I'm gonna throw something at you guys. You know, WWE is really good at long-term storytelling sometimes. Like we used to be like, 3 weeks and the story's over. Remember when Nikki Cross came back and she was like always in like the background. Remember when we started saying watch the background? Don't worry about what's going on in front of you. Look at the background.
Yeah.
So there was Indy and Dexter were talking.
I remember
on NXT when he got hired back, and they did the whole gimmick where he snuck in the building and then like he went out the back door and the police had arrested him, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki Cross was in the background
the whole time
watching. And then there was another instance where it was like Braun Strowman was talking to somebody. Nikki Cross was in the background. And tonight,
the whole time.
Tonight, if you were paying attention, when Chad Gable was walking through the arena, going to talk to Otis and him, he walked past a truck, and that truck had what on it? Evil Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah, whom we haven't seen in quite a while.
But she's been cleared. She's been cleared, and she's been training to come back. So, just saying, who had a really good relationship with Bray before Bray passed?
Alexa Bliss, and who did not steal Bray's gimmick. That's all I'm gonna say.
So,
no, that was Vince McMahon's fault. That fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I know about people.
I agree.
He ruined a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really Josh's idea. I think that would be really interesting.
Which I want to see.
Uncle Howdy sits down with all of these people outside of their new Wyatt Six characters, and then at the end they transform into their character. That would be really cool.
I like how Bray's at how Wyatt. I mean, Uncle Howdy is saying stuff like, "Why did you do this? What made you want to be this way?" You know. And the one thing that Bo said was they forgot us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about the people.
Who has been forgotten? Nikki Cross has been forgotten.
Oh yeah.
No one remembers Eric Redbeard.
No. Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
He's been off TV for so long at NXT. You forgot about him. Dexter Loomis? Where the fuck has Dexter Loomis been for the last 6 months?
Was the last time we saw Dexter back in September? Same with Nikki.
Yes.
So yeah.
So those guys, like, though they've been forgotten. So
my one thing about like Dexter and Joe Gacy, they were not really like a part of any type of Wyatt thing ever. So, but I guess it's just because they were. See, they haven't explained yet. Like in this promo with Bo and Uncle Howdy, he said that he didn't want Bray to become a mausoleum and for nobody to forget about them. But
like
I guess is this like some ultra meta storyline on the company forgetting their wrestlers?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
It could be. And it can all, and you know, like Shane said it. Shane sent me a message earlier today, and he was like, the reason why Chad Gable was attacked is because he forgot his family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Wyatts have always been a family.
Yep.
You know, so
why did Pat McAfee get attacked?
He's an ass kisser, I guess. I'm not sure.
That's a good question. They haven't explained why Pat McAfee got attacked.
Yeah, they've been going after the Pat McAfee show for the past couple of days. Maybe to get the message out. You know?
And then there's so they've been doing the Postman Pierce thing because Adam Pierce was in the Firefly Funhouse once.
Yeah, the Postman Pierce get him sign the contract.
Pierce.
So I don't know, but so if they're going to be like some anti-authority, because they didn't, they did that little thing on the show where they gave Michael Cole the tape, but they didn't like disrupt anything like they did last week.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Nikki Cross did hijack the show for a little bit.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that also did take out the security guards that were there.
Yeah.
Who took out the security guards?
No way.
But yeah, so I would like to see like what is it that. I mean, it's going to be like what it was when Bray came back, where they draw out the storyline for 4 months.
Because with the Bray story, it needs to be dragged on for a year to get the whole explanation. It can't be done in a month.
I wouldn't say a year. Honestly, over the course of the summer would be great.
Yeah.
Don't take a whole year.
Listen, let me be real. When Bray came back, and I'm contractually obligated to say I was there live in the building when he came back.
Really? That's news to me. I didn't know that, Drew.
Yeah, I know. You might not have known. I'm telling you now for the first time.
I'm in the.
So, since then, and then he did that first promo back, and then Uncle Howdy was revealed, and he very slowly got into a feud with LA Knight, and then finally had the match at Royal Rumble, the pitch black thing. As much as I loved Bray, that wasn't for me back then. It wasn't for me, and I'm going to explain why. I like long-term storytelling, but Bray's version of long-term storytelling was a bit too dragged out for me personally. And I think what the biggest issue for me was, by the time that Royal Rumble match came around, we had already seen him for 3 months, and all he was doing was talking.
Yep.
I don't mind hearing Bray talk.
And now I don't mind hearing him talk either, but it was a lot of
rambling.
I wouldn't say rambling, but it was very like one note. It was just like, hey, I'm coming out here, I'm talking, and now Uncle Howdy appears on the screen. And it was like that for a little while. And then it finally, and then all of a sudden he was getting attacked by Uncle Howdy. And then that was never really explained. And
that part I did not get.
It was kind of getting a little bit too drawn out, and I did not like the pitch black match.
No one did.
Yeah, no one did.
Yes, they no one.
It didn't hit for me at all. In fact, the biggest moment of the match, and listen, it's live wrestling, and wrestlers, I give them all the praise in the world, so I'm not saying this with any malice. The biggest spot in the match, when Uncle Howdy revealed himself, he missed LA Knight by like 10 friggin' feet. And it was obvious on television.
He could fall flat over. He would have got him right there, but he kind of.
It was not a good match. It didn't even have any wrestling in it, really. It was just Bray in a very creepy, glow-in-the-dark makeup thing. And
which I thought was the coolest part about it.
Was cool, yeah. I'm not taking anything away from that. It was cool, definitely.
No, yeah, I agree with you on that one, Drew.
But the match, it wasn't even a match, really. It was just Bray chasing LA Knight around the arena, and then Uncle Howdy missing by 10 feet, and then the match was over. Like, oh, okay. Well, that was a little lackluster for what I thought this was going to be. And I referred to that match as the pitch crap match because it was just not good. And I was on a Fightful stream. I remember we had it was as good as the soda, because I tried that soda on stream. But like the gimmick that we did on that stream with Fightful was, hey, buy a pitch black thing and we're going to all drink it on stream. And Jeremy Lambert, God bless him, love him to death, downed that drink in like 10 seconds, and I took a sip and I threw the fucking thing away because it was terrible.
So gross, dude.
Never tried it.
Don't.
I like the pitch black because I like Mountain Dew in general, but
in my defense, I hadn't had Mountain Dew for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So
I think the last time I had a Mountain Dew was, I think I was in 7th grade.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, I like Mountain Dew too, but that shit was gross, dude.
The best Mountain Dew is probably like the lemonade spark and Major Melon for me, and the Baja Blast. Those are pretty good.
So anyway, so I say all that to say, I turned around on the Uncle Howdy gimmick, and I want to see how they do this. They say it's not spooky, and not spooky. They say it's not supernatural. So, and it hasn't been so far.
So far.
Yeah, there hasn't been any vanishing and reappearing and teleporting and all the other crap. There hasn't been any of that. So,
because you saw Nikki Cross just left manually. They didn't disappear.
Right. Yeah, they didn't do
a manually
out gimmick.
She was under the ring. Like, you can obviously see, like, she was coming from under the ring. Like, they weren't hiding it.
No, they weren't hiding it like they used to. They
didn't just turn the lights off and all of a sudden she disappeared.
Yeah.
So, I actually really liked her walking through the crowd, just so nonchalant, like, oh hey, I'm spooky as fuck, and I'm just walking by y'all.
I mean, she is.
Also, they did jump scare me with the whole Nikki Cross jump scare. Which
you mean the ring?
Yeah,
I love that.
That
that's
actually
really
jump
cool.
Scared me, which surprisingly, and that never happens with me in WWE. But they did that. They did
that. Yeah, so I am giving this a chance. They hit it out of the park this week with that segment with Uncle Howdy and Bo. And I hope that, even if they don't do the sit down with the other characters like Josh said, I just hope that they don't do what they did last time, which was, a pay-per-view has gone by, another pay-per-view is coming up. SummerSlam is 2 months away. Can we not drag it out too far? I'm just asking, don't drag it out too far. Just be like, let's have a culmination of people getting attacked between now and SummerSlam, and then SummerSlam is a big multi-person match with Wyatt Six versus people who are at the Wyatt Six have been attacking.
So far, it's been Chad Gable.
So
I was just gonna ask you guys, who do you think will be their first opponents when they finally wrestle?
Well, they're not gonna. I think they're not gonna wrestle that much, which is fine.
Yeah.
We can do this. We can do this. Spooky gimmick where they just are attacking people and stuff, and then there's a big match at a pay-per-view. I'm fine with that. So we got Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I mean, Pat McAfee has wrestled before.
He has.
But who would he wrestle in that group? Uncle Howdy?
Joe Gacy would be fun.
Well, I'll just say maybe they don't individually wrestle anybody. They just have an 8-man and woman tag or something. So maybe Chad Gable they attack Pat McAfee. Maybe they attack
for Unite.
Maybe what would be interesting.
Oh, Team Gable versus a White Six. I can.
So what I just thought of now, which would be very interesting, is what's this?
What the hell?
1 hour of no.
Is the Wyatt Six? Are they coming after me? I'm sorry, Nikki.
No, they're coming after us.
So if they take out, what if they actually took out Seth and Seth didn't win at Money in the Bank?
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Because
Seth Rollins was the first Fiend opponent in the Hell in a Cell match. Not the first Fiend opponent in general, but inside the special match.
Drew, you need to run.
Well, it looks like that's it, everybody. We're going to be on our way out of here.
Okay, we don't have to do this weird thing.
Well, it's funny that happened because blood did kind of freeze up a little bit.
Well, yeah, because it's coming from his computer.
Yeah,
so anyway, Because anything that happens when he freezes is because he's
That's because I'm
doing
doing 5 other things.
Yeah, even I knew that.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe they attack Seth. Maybe they attack whom else could they attack?
And
Braun.
Balor,
I don't want. Okay, so I don't want them to attack Seth. I want them to attack Braun. The reason why is because Braun has forgotten about Bray Wyatt. Braun has forgotten about being a part of the Wyatt family.
Yep.
He doesn't mention it. He doesn't talk about it. When this whole Wyatt 6 stuff came around, he didn't say shit about it on the fucking, like, he hasn't been on social media talking about it. Like, he literally has not been talking about it at all. So
he forgot his ways.
He forgot his way.
He was
should be the first. He should be the first victim.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
I like
people
that.
should start they should show like during his matches the lights go off, they come back on, and there's a fucking black sheep mask.
Yep.
Ooh,
you know, it could be a commentary. It could be in the corner. You know what I mean? During a match, like he's just like about to win the match. Lights go off, come back on. There's the sheep mask. You know, and he's like,
"Oh, wait a minute! You know who they're definitely? If they don't attack this guy, there's something wrong." Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me say
former Wyatt family member. So yes,
he turned on the Wyatts.
Not only
he
that,
burned Sister Abigail's house.
Not only that,
he burned the Fiend.
The person that Bray has never beaten in a one-on-ones match. Randy has always been beating Bray Wyatt in a one-on-ones match. Never beat Randy Orton.
Okay, so we got Chad Gable, we got Braun, we got Randy.
Randy is the final boss of the Wyatts.
Well, it's a shame that he's in AEW because Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
True. Well, yeah, that would have been good.
Shout out to our boy Jace, Jay Spice in the house.
What up?
What about? I mean, they could attack Cody, but Cody's a bit.
Not yet.
He's a bit too involved with other things right now.
Yes.
Roman, since he's the one that took the Universal title off of Bray.
They could.
Yeah, but you realize they're only attacking people on Raw. They haven't attacked anybody on SmackDown.
I know, but it's just like that just popped.
It's the Wyatt 6. It should be count for them only because they want to destroy people.
And technically, they can go
dead already, so it doesn't.
Well, but even if the brand split was still around, technically they can go anywhere because they're not signed to Raw or SmackDown.
No.
True.
Oh yeah, they could appear at the MSG
next week. MSG, yeah.
Yeah.
Or this week MSG.
I'm excited about, by the way.
Maybe. So what I'm thinking about with Alexa Bliss is maybe Alexa Bliss comes back not with the Wyatt 6, but the Wyatt 6 kind of start luring her the way that the Fiend did.
And how Uncle Howdy was trying to do the first time.
So I feel like she may be she would be in the match on the babyface side, or I don't know if we can call the 6 heels. I don't think they're heels. They're just.
They're
not really heels because they attacked Chad Gable, who was in fact a heel. So we'll say that they attack Randy. We'll say that they attacked Gable. They could attack Braun. Alexa is then also on the babyface or the opposite side. The
babyface in WWE's minds. These are the baby faces. They're gonna go. They're attacking the Wyatt 6 because what they did in gorilla position. Innocent people got hurt by them.
They should. I mean, they can attack Vince.
Please,
please.
Oh, you know who else would be interesting?
Who?
Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Attack Finn. Attack the Finn because the demon.
Yeah.
And plus, he was the very first Fiend opponent in the singles match.
You know what they should do? They should bring Goldberg back so he can finally get his ass beat.
Oh, dear God, no.
No, Shane, no. Think about it. Think about it. He says he's coming back, and next thing you know, and the Wyatt 6 jump. Shane, listen up, you mark.
No. Ain't Goldberg.
You just don't want good writing and them getting revenge for Bray, don't you?
So
That's the whole point. That's the whole point
that
of
would be
Y6.
that would be it. So there's 4. There's Joe Gacy, there's Dexter Loomis, there's Uncle Howdy, and there's Eric also.
Eric Rowan.
And
Eric
then
Rowan, Big Red.
And then Nikki Cross. So that's 5. So then we have Alexa Bliss, we have Braun, we have Randy, we have Finn. We need one more.
Unexpectedly.
Jey Uso.
Oh.
Since he took the Fireflies.
Because look, Jey Uso took the Fireflies. He went on Facebook and he went on Twitter and called himself the Yeeter of Worlds.
Yeah, but he also said on that Raw.
I want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. They can have the Fireflies back.
They can have it back.
No, we don't want you to give it back. We want to take them from you.
You're not going to give. You took that away.
So the 5th person could be Pat McAfee, but if they didn't want it to be McAfee, if they didn't want McAfee to wrestle,
what has McAfee ever done to the Fiend though?
Annoy him, probably. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why they attacked Pat McAfee.
Didn't Bray play football?
Well, it's not that they attacked Pat McAfee. It's that he just disappeared. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
There's gotta be.
I'm scrolling through the.
Maybe they were on the same team on the football league and something happened. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what Bray's deal was with football. I can't think of any. I was scrolling through the Superstar page, and I'm not. So yeah, so I would say.
Well, I know he's not around as much, but what about Cena?
Oh,
the amazing Firefly.
No, because Bray put him to rest at the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah,
not like as a match, but just like Cena come back and all, but they interrupt him.
I don't want them to get buried.
Cena hasn't buried anybody in a long time, so
that is true. That is true.
You know what? That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Bray has spent an enormous amount of time as the Fiend feuding with former Wyatt members Bryan Danielson, Braun Strowman, and Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. So those are definitely 3 people that he's going to feud with.
The hit list.
But unfortunately, one is in AEW.
Which they could probably do. They could probably do that one.
Then LA Knight.
Oh, LA Knight. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Since he was Bray's last opponent on a pay-per-view.
Got LA Knight fucking over.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I did too. Well, we actually, how did we forget? We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Right. The pitch black match. Yeah. All right. So we would have Wyatt 6 versus LA Knight, Braun Strowman, Randy Orton, Finn Balor.
Matt Hardy returns back to WWE.
Oh yeah, the leaders of world. Yep.
Well, I'm trying to be realistic with it, but
they're free agents.
Howie, I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd come.
Yeah, that would. It would be interesting. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
So Bray Wyatt's top 10 opponents: Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor, Randy Orton, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Let's see: Jericho, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, The Undertaker,
Dean Ambrose.
We need to do a Bray Wyatt trivia.
John Cena, The Shield, Bryan Danielson. So out of all those people I just named that he feuded with, the only people that he can feud with here, or he can, like we said earlier, they can go after Seth Rollins because the feud they have with the Shield. Maybe Cena, maybe Rollins. Maybe Roman. Taker's already gone. Randy set him on fire, so definitely Randy. Finn Balor, yes, maybe Finn Balor. Not Dean Ambrose.
Who is Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, that guy. Not Jericho. So yeah, we have an enormous amount of guys in the WWE that Wyatt has feuded with.
And I would make it not just any of those guys, but specifically out of those guys, people who wronged him in some way. So maybe not Finn, because Finn didn't really wrong him.
He was just in the way.
Yeah.
I would say out of the list,
Randy is the best.
Randy is number one for sure.
Definitely.
John Cena.
Randy, John Cena. I mean, LA Knight didn't technically wrong him.
Again, he was just in the way.
Seth Rollins for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rollins, yeah.
McAfee is a gateway. Explain that to us, Jace. How is McAfee? How's he a gateway? Jace is pretty smart.
Is he attached to someone who was wronged by Bray Wyatt? Or wronged Bray Wyatt? I don't know. I can't really think of.
Has Michael Cole ever wronged Bray Wyatt?
Probably.
You remember in NXT when they had the pros and the rookies, Michael Cole probably made fun of it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Was he? Who was his?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes was
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah, he was. I forgot about that. Yeah, Cody Rhodes was Husky Harris's pro.
Oh, Cody. Cody Rhodes.
There's another.
Cody Rhodes. Cody
when
Rhodes.
he was dashing
Cody
Rhodes
back then. And he was living when Husky Harris got eliminated. He was like, what? You serious? Him got eliminated? He has it all.
Damn. That's a good callback.
And you know what else is a good callback?
Yeah.
CM Punk can be one of Uncle Howdy's opponents.
But the thing is, Punk, I think the only thing Punk would have done is just hit him with a kendo stick when he was the leader of the Nexus.
No, he hit him with the lash with the belt.
No, I thought it was a kendo stick.
No,
well, CM Punk would be because he was part of the Nexus, and so was Punk.
Yeah.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett.
Well, no, he wasn't part of the Nexus with Barrett. He was part of the new Nexus.
He was.
Yeah.
No, he was.
It was
Barrett brought Curtis Axel and Husky Harris to join them before Punk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Punk was
I wasn't watching back then.
Punk was the new Nexus.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the new Nexus.
Okay, so who was the original Nexus? It was Wade. It was David Otunga.
Farmer,
Wade,
Ryback.
David Otunga, Heath Slater, Gabriel,
Justin Gabriel.
Everyone's favorite member, Ryback.
No.
So when did Husky Harris?
He was part of the original.
Yeah, he joined, I think, like 6 months or 10 or 8 months.
It was like 10 months after David, Wade, Heath started the core.
Oh, okay.
The core.
For some reason, I thought that he was in Punk's version.
Because they all came and attacked Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena beat all of the Nexus by himself.
Buried.
Fucking burying the shit out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what?
But anyway,
Superstar?
That's another story for another day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast Monday Night Recap
Yeah.
for Huskies Funhouse. For the most electrifying man on the panel, your boy, the Drew Nicholas.
Damn
For Double
fucking
J,
right.
Josh James. I am the franchise. And you know what? We'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. But Josh and Huskies Funhouse will see you guys tomorrow for NXT.
Yay.
Hopefully, we'll
We
see.
are wild and young.
Anyway, with that being said, in the words of Bray Wyatt,
We're here.
be it.